Welcome back to NBA Cinema. So we have the Dallas Mavericks owner Patrick Dumont coming out breaking his silence as we've seen the backlash. Nico Harrison, although he's not an owner, he is the GM. He's responsible for having these meetings for these type of decisions. He has someone he has to go to before these decisions can be made. So I'm glad to see Patrick Dumont come out in front from that front, because Nico should not be getting all the blame. The owners have to approve something like this for this to happen. And we have audio with him speaking to Brad Townsend, on Dallas News. And so we're going to listen to what he said. Now, Anthony Marshawn Davis came out, performed very well in the first half, had his I'm here moment. The fans were jubilant, and AD got a warm reception because AD has been saying all the right things the entire time. So it's not really on him. They're really looking at ownership and those in charge with having an issue. Nobody's mad at AD per se, but they do want Luka back. We saw the protest yesterday. We're going to get into what Patrick Dumont had to say, guys. And this is what he said.
In my mind, the way teams win is by focus, by having the right character, by having the right culture, and having the right dedication to work as hard as possible to create a championship winning outcome. And if you're not doing that, you're going to lose. And if you look at the greats in the league, the people you and I grew up with, Jordan, Bird, Magic, Kobe, Shaq, they worked really hard every day with a singular focus to win. And if you don't have that, then it doesn't work. And if you don't have that, you shouldn't be part of the Dallas Mavericks. That's who we want. I'm unwavering on this. The entire organization knows this. This is how I operate outside of basketball. This is the only way to be competitive and win. If you want to take a vacation, don't do it with us.
Levels of the organization, Nico in particular, or the decision to trade you?
Well, that's their decision, so I have no comment on that. They made the decision. I don't know why. But that's their decision, so I can't do nothing about it.
And then one of the reasons that was given was that there was concern that, beyond this summer, or that there's a chance you might not agree to the Supermax extension. Did you or anyone on your inner circle indicate that that might be the case?
Absolutely not.
Luka, over here.
Everybody was surprised, so you can imagine how surprised I was. I was almost asleep, so when I got a call, I had to check. It was April 1st. I didn't really believe it at first, and it was a big shock. It was hard moments for me. It was home, so it was really hard moments for me, especially the first day. But as I said, I get to play in the greatest club in the world, and I'm excited for this new journey.
All of the chatter that's come out of Dallas over the last couple of days since you were surprisingly dealt, how have you compartmentalized the fact that people are questioning whether it be your conditioning or anything else?
That's fine. I've been questioned many times in my life. It's just another motive to be more prepared for myself and just take another road. But I've been questioned a lot, so I'm used to it. But it's a job. It's a business, and I'm just happy to be here, play basketball. That's all I want.
Whoa, man. So there's more vitriol towards Luka Doncic, and we've seen the way Luka has responded to these claims about him being out of shape and some of his habits, although the team just came from an NBA Finals. And I think that's what fans are so upset about. Now, to see the owner come out and speak, he's obviously saying that Nico is receiving the brunt of the blowback from this unexpected move. And you can't expect your fan base to be receptive of this if you do it in the middle of the night out of nowhere. You know, they're expecting Luka to come back from injury soon, and you find out you'll never see him again. Think about how unceremonious that end was with that marriage between Luka and Dallas. You're thinking he's coming back to play soon and not realizing the last time you saw him play prior to injury is the way it ends. And oh, by the way, he's just 25. It's not even like he's 33, 34 years of age. And you get Anthony Davis, who comes in, plays phenomenal basketball. And let me speak to that for a moment. Anthony Davis came in. His defensive presence was felt immediately. Blocked Alperen Sengun at the rim. Came out making all his shots. 3-ball, dunk. The fans couldn't help but cheer because the basketball Anthony Davis was playing was so amazing. And matter of fact, first play of the game, they find him on the block. What does he do? He knows that there'll be extra attention because the team is trying to send a message or trying to have him have a bad debut, which would have made it even worse. But, he gets it. He throws the lob. Daniel Gafford, goes to the dunker spot, catches a oop. And so we see the way the basketball went yesterday. It was nothing to do with the basketball. They played well, but many are saying you also got the full Anthony Davis experience because, he felt something in his abdomen and he felt some type of strain. And he reassured them when he came over that his injuries were just freak accidents and there was nothing really wrong with him. However, we're saying that this thing may be lingering, which was a cause for concern in the first place. I think if AD was a player who didn't have injury history, it would still make the fans upset, but they are concerned about AD's health too. I know many are concerned about Luka and the longevity of his career if he doesn't stay in shape and prioritize his body. And on top of that, Luka plays a lot of year-round basketball. He'll go back to Slovenia, play in FIBA, play in the Olympics. He plays a lot of basketball, but they don't feel like he does all the necessary things to keep his body at an optimal level for peak performance. And so, yeah, man, it's a lot going on, but they wanted to get out in front of this, and they wanted to say what they had to say about it. Reggie Miller just went off the other day saying that you don't have a player get to MVP level, and I ain't saying he won an MVP, but I'm saying like playing at that level, being in the conversation and being first team all NBA without being in some form of shape. Is he in peak shape? Does he compete on both ends? No. But at 25, you're still optimistic that a player could get there. So unless there's something else they're not telling us, this just seems like a clap back at Mark Cuban and the fans. Because remember, Mark Cuban just said that they were dumb for making this move. He said it was like trading Windows 11 for Windows 10. What he said to Bill Gates when he was sitting across from him. So this is not going to go over well with the fans. It seems like everything that has been done after the trade has also added fuel to the flames. The fans have not been able to move on. They're not letting the fans grieve properly because you knew that this was going to happen. There's no way you didn't know that this would be the response from a loyal fan base such as the Dallas Mavericks. And Luka wanted to be there as a lifer. So you don't even have the caveat that he was a player that wanted to be somewhere else, wanted to go to the big market, was tired of Dallas or anything like that. Again, you're coming off of a finals and they love Kyrie Irving. I think, you have to win a championship. I feel like you got to get 2 out of this, for fans to be like, okay. But at the end of the day, they're not going to be happy overnight, and they're not going to be happy until the results are achieved. Now, I do think, as far as the basketball goes, I think somebody like AD is too much for Chet and those guys right now. I do think with how OKC is now, I think a healthy Dallas is a big-time problem for them. I think they would be favored in that matchup of 7 games if they're healthy. I think they can also play with anybody. I think they can play with Boston. I don't think it's the basketball. It's just always been the health of the players. And the time that Anthony Davis was healthy enough to win a championship was in a bubble when they were not flying across the country and they were just on, just on a campus per se, for lack of a better term. They were within certain confines and didn't have to go through the grind of going across the country and different things like that. That's the one time Anthony Davis made it to the finish line. And so I wanted to point that out, but I love the way they played yesterday. And Luka, for you, I feel like this should be all the motivation you should ever need to play at peak level. If you can't stay in shape all the time now, I don't know what would do it. That would prove their point if this doesn't get you to be a more healthy, more durable, better conditioned athlete. If you can't do that after this, I don't know what to tell you. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.